2023, the Committee of Interns and Residents celebrated victories nationwide, continuing our work to change healthcare for the better. These wins are built on the work of doctors who came before us that built the power of this union.
What do we want? Inclusion! When do we want it? Now!
With more than 32,000 members, we continue to grow. We are stronger together, speaking with one voice to stand up for ourselves and our patients.
I proudly joined CIR during my intern year of residency at Howard University Hospital because I recognized early on that in order to advocate for not only myself, but my patients and my colleagues, I couldn't do it alone. Because sadly, individually, residents don't have much power, but collectively, we do. I'm extremely excited to have been a part of CIR's expansion of the Family Health Challenge from New York City to Washington, D.C. last year during its 10-year anniversary. Washington, D.C. is my hometown, and I was educated by the D.C. public school system.
Across the Northeast, CIR residents made huge strides to improve care for their patients and colleagues. At the University of Vermont Medical Center, our doctors secured an incredible first contract. We won a 20% salary increase and among the best call benefits nationwide. In Massachusetts, we saw huge strides in representation. The over 2,500 physicians at Mass General Brigham, the nation's largest residency program, joined our ranks. In some of CIR's strongest contracts yet, Lawrence Family Health Center and Boston Medical Center secured 20% raises and investment in diversity and equity programs. Last year, the Florida State Legislature passed one of the country's most damaging public sector union laws. It prohibited public employers from deducting union dues and required the chapter to certify yearly with at least 60% of members paying dues. Our leaders refused to lose union representation in Florida. Not only did we meet the 60% requirement, but we were able to grow the union to 64%. We are ready to step up, continue the fight, and grow our union even further this year.
Forming all around the whole nation, new chapters in all our hospitals to make life for residents and the communities that we serve better. For me, CIR has meant for my previous hospital better contract negotiations, a seat at the table, and improvement not only in our living wages, but also in our benefits. A pivotal moment during my residency time was during the COVID pandemic, when CIR helped us assure that all house staff members had appropriate PPE to fight the battle against COVID.
Our work at New York Health and Hospitals, the nation's largest healthcare system, is rooted in the community. Members coordinated tours of their hospital's borough to connect them with the history and resilience of the neighborhoods we serve. Over 600 H&H doctors kicked off the year with a week of action across 8 hospitals. In our union's first strike since 1990, Elmhurst doctors walked out to demand improved care and pay equity.
We are Penn residents and fellows, and today we're delivering a message to Kevin Mahoney, the CEO of Penn Medicine.
CIR won Pennsylvania's largest union victory in more than 40 years. Our victory came in spite of a months-long anti-union campaign, securing representation for over 1,400 residents.
We have a supermajority. We want a fair contract. We want the benefits that we're asking for, which are not unreasonable. He said he's listening. He said he's looking into it. Let's hold him accountable. We don't want empty promises. Well, let's go.
In Illinois, our members have seen rapid growth and success. University of Illinois Chicago, CIR's first hospital in the Midwest, won an incredible initial contract. UIC residents secured an 18% raise, setting the bar for negotiations moving forward. We didn't stop there. In 2023, 1,300 members won representation at Northwestern, making them our largest in the region. Our colleagues at UChicago are voting in their NLRB election, unionizing some of the Midwest's most prestigious hospitals.
In one of the nation's most impacted trauma centers, Highland residents took a stand for our overworked physicians and the patients we strive to do right by. After our members overwhelmingly voted to authorize a strike, we won the right to honor our co-workers' picket lines. The 20% wage increase and additional pay for being called in on a day off we secured allows me and my fellow co-residents to focus more on wellness and invest in our futures instead of struggling under the high cost of living in the Bay Area.
Across California's largest healthcare system, our UC members mobilized to raise the bar on residency statewide. On the heels of the historic unification of the UC health system, we stood up to change unfair licensure practices. Our campaign won an improved process, securing an executive order from the UC Office of the President to prevent our members from being unfairly suspended or terminated.
Our California legislative efforts were not just limited to the UC system. We raised the minimum wage to $25 an hour for healthcare workers statewide. Several of our members took to the Capitol to stand up for this policy, which would increase the accessibility of California's medical profession, in addition to combating the restrictive, antiquated licensure stipulations that prevent our doctors from serving the communities that need it most.
I joined CIR my intern year because I was excited to help make residency training at UNM better. After organizing the largest action in our chapter's history, we successfully secured 5% wage increase, 6 weeks of paid parental leave, increased education funds, increased meal funds, more flexible vacation time, and many other things that we think will make residency training at UNM a little bit better. And we successfully lobbied for an additional $3.4 million in the New Mexico state budget to be used exclusively for resident and fellow wages.
Residents at the University of Washington Medical Center affiliated with CIR, making us stronger together. Our doctors, who also provide care in neighboring Idaho, serve at the state's top hospital. This year, our members fought to improve interest arbitration at the state legislature. At the Committee of Interns and Residents, every victory and achievement we've won started with just one person. One person willing to stand up for themselves, their colleagues, their communities, and their patients. One person can bring together a residency program and change a hospital. Changing a hospital can change a community, and together, these hospitals can transform medical training and improve the health of our patients. These CIR doctors stood up, forever shaping the future of their hospitals. Will you stand up?
Improving residency allows, us as current residents, but also the people who are coming up behind us to plan for the futures that we want, instead of just settling for the status quo.
The more I became involved with CIR, the more I realized the impact I could have, not only on my patients, but also my coworkers' lives.
We are the healthcare heroes we've been waiting for.